이거 화면 올려야 되지 않나?
Okay.
Pigeons,
You cannot defeat
pigeons.
my Wu-Tang style.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Jin Movie So Awesome. I'm Joe.
I'm Won-Jin.
Today we're going to start off our podcast with our review of The Venom, The Last Dance, recently released in theaters starring Tom Hardy. Full spoilers for the movie. If you have not watched the movie, please come back after you watch the movie. Here we go. Man, Won-Jin, I gotta say, it's been a while since I almost fell asleep in the theater.
Was it? Well, you know, to be fair, it might be because you were watching the movie while you were tired. Was it like a late movie?
No, it wasn't.
No?
I watched it 10 a.m.
Okay.
And I gotta say, I'm glad it's over.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you personally told me that you thought it was better than Carnage.
Mm-hmm.
But after I heard that, I had expectation a little high.
Oh, no. Maybe I shouldn't have said it.
And then I came out thinking, man, Won-Jin, did you just tell me that, poop is better than piss?
Diarrhea?
Yeah. Oh, what's up, Zizzy? Hi, kids. Because,
What's up?
I gotta say, like, I only enjoy, 20 minutes of the film, which was, number one, the introduction, when they revealed Knull. That was cool. And number two is the action scene, where I think all the budget went into.
Yeah, the one with the multiple symbiotes. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was cool, but the remaining thing is hot garbage. I'm sorry. I mean, I would argue that Tom Hardy carried the movie. And here's another thing. I think there was some cuts or something because I don't know, the movie experience was kind of loose for me. And first of all, Juno, the actors in it are great actors. But I was like, why are they like? Why did they? I mean, like,
they're not really used to their potential.
Yeah.
Because remember, we not only have Juno Temple from Fargo.
Yeah.
We also have Tom Hardy, but we also had Otto Hightower from House of the Dragons.
Yeah.
And he was playing this hippie dude.
No, I thought he was actually the funnest guy. I'm talking about Juno Temple and the General. I was like,
you know, I was kind of confused. I mean, yes, this is from Sony, but the guy who played the General, I forgot his name.
yeah, he's in the Marvel Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange. He's the guy who turns evil.
Yeah, Zizzy, I also watched Venom. It was fun. Joe, you're always such harsh critic. No, I'm not. When I'm calling garbage, that's not a critique. Scott Walker, hey boys, how you doing this week?
What's up, Scott Walker?
Yeah, we're gonna do this and then do our Penguin episode 5 review, and then we're gonna do a Let's Talk, Scott Walker.
Yeah.
So if you want to join on the Let's Talk, you can come back in around 30 minutes, or if you want to stay with us, man. But we're gonna talk about anything you want at the Let's Talk.
So this one is about Venom. So Scott Walker, you also mentioned Spider-Man in your comments. So maybe you can also jump in the conversation here because you obviously also know Venom.
No, Zizzy, but it was nice coverage. Look, I'm going to add to that then, because the problem I have, first of all, I do love the interaction between Venom and Eddie Brock. The crazy thing is, though, we already seen that in the first Venom and Carnage. And I didn't think it improved on that or anything. It's the same thing. So that's what I have a problem with. I mean, and another thing is, you can't tell those jokes in a way that it bothers the story progression. I just felt like it was just, I mean, it was also intermixed with those other scenes that I didn't give two shits about. And that's the problem I have. I mean, I always loved their interaction, especially in the first one when it was fresh. But now it's just like, they should have made it darker or something. Because, again, another problem is this movie can't decide whether it wants to be rated R or PG-13 yet again.
I don't know. I disagree with that one because I thought the third movie was the one that finally drew that line, because we finally see Venom eat these heads, and we also see people and other these symbiotes basically get juiced.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was like, I was like thinking, okay, this is not for kids.
Yeah,
they just shredded a person.
No, but like my saying is, if you're gonna do that, I think everything should change. Like the joke should be like darker, like toilet humor, black humor to the fullest.
Like what's it called?
Yeah,
I forgot the name. Deadpool.
Yeah, exactly. There we go. Like you don't have to do everything that Deadpool does, but you got to remember Deadpool, the movie, that energy is constant through the film. Here, like I didn't feel that, and you know I just wanted a darker story, and I had a huge problem with Knull, because I hated the mid-credit scene. I was like, there better be no mid-credit scene. But you know why I didn't wake? I saw a couple people not waking, like standing up. So I was like, oh, here we go. And then when Knull said, I'm going to rule the world.
Your champion has fallen.
And I was like, fuck you.
Didn't he just get absorbed back into that whatever thing that was?
I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. Like, I'm tired of... you know what they say? One man's garbage is a man's... Yeah, Zezzy. Zezzy. Like, you can have your own opinion, of course. And I can see that this new trend of painting the villain into hidden. Here, see, that's another thing I had a problem about. Like, wait, Scott Walker. Speaking of Venom, I saw some comic pictures of Venom roaring at the moon. Is that like a werewolf type thing where Venom, or is he just roaring at the room because he's a beast? I mean, Venom opening his mouth like that, I think it's his iconic look. Scott Walker. With this Venom, who do you think will win in a fight between this Venom or the Spider-Man 3 Venom? I would love to see. I mean, this Venom will win because this Venom doesn't. He's a literally human eater. Oh, and so add to. Oh, another problem I had is when it said The Last Stand, and when I saw the trailer, I thought it was gonna be a cacophony of like craziness. Like Multiverse of Madness is better than this movie, because I know Multiverse of Madness has its detractors because of probably Wanda, but I thought Multiverse of Madness, Doctor Strange did carry that madness well. Like everything about it was crazy. Yeah. Here, I thought another problem is, why does Knull, who looks, I don't know that character well, who looks like a god, why does he only send one piece at a time?
You know, one thing to add about Knull, you know, like the first time I saw him on the screen, I was like, am I watching Final Fantasy VII? Because that's Sephiroth. Like, no matter, isn't that Sephiroth? Like the hair and the look, and even like the way he looks at the camera. I'm like, that is so Sephiroth.
I was thinking more of a Lich King from World of War.
From Warcraft.
No, but he was cool until like he was not used at all. Because I honestly thought, because there's a line in the movie where one of the symbiotes tells the woman scientist that we have an army waiting. So I thought there was gonna be another final battle that where we're gonna see like hundreds of symbiotes and hundreds of those creatures.
But turns out it's those symbiotes in the lab. And that is not an army. That's like a squad.
Exactly.
That's a squad.
Exactly.
That's not even a company. That's a squad.
Yeah. So I was asleep. I was trying to fight off sleep in the first hour, and then when the movie ended, I was just like, "What? Where's the extra 20 minutes?" I thought there was gonna be like an army, and then and another thing is, first of all, I love the enemy design though.
The cockroach looking.
Yeah, those hunters. But honestly, Won-Jin, tell me if you didn't expect this. I thought there was gonna be like a boss version of that or something, like another version that comes in when the symbiotes are starting to win.
You know, I was thinking about the same thing, but as soon as I saw the shredded, the enemy, like reassembling itself, I knew there wasn't gonna be a boss. I was thinking like this is gonna be that force of nature kind of thing. It's unstoppable. It kind of reminds me of those, you know, the Sentinels from X-Men: Days of Future Past. They just feel unstoppable. That's what to me seemed like.
Yeah, that was good. That was good, and I did enjoy the symbiotes being all unique and stuff.
Yeah, that was a great idea. I'm sorry for cutting you off, but it's a great idea. But I think they should have spent more time on those. Like showing their individuality, because we only see glimpses of those individuality and uniqueness in the battle, and some of them just die off without saying anything.
Does become Venom. That would be so cool. Yeah, I mean, Scott Walker, I would actually love to see a proper Spider-Man versus Venom film too. No, because I think Venom roaring at the moon is just showing us his animal nature. Because listen, Won-Jin, added to that, like the ending credit was cool as hell. Why didn't we get? I thought the symbiote army was gonna be like that, where one guy's get on a cat, one guy gets on a bird. like really?
Oh, you know, like the first animal that showed up at the end credit.
Yeah,
that was a squirrel.
Yeah,
did you see that?
Yeah, I did.
I was like, yo.
There's
a reason why the squirrel's on top. It's like top of the list.
Oh my god, the squirrel friender got a hard on. No, but like
I was like, squirrel Venom, fuck yeah.
My favorite was the Venom on a French bulldog. So like, remember Won-Jin, I'm glad you mentioned Deadpool, because Deadpool had that.
That's right.
Remember all those Deadpools? So there was like 20, like cut off some characters, and okay, here's the thing though. I think this movie is a cynical cash grab. Because as soon as Eddie Brock returned from the Marvel world, I was like, oh shit. I thought, because we watched him in the, the movie?
At the end credit of Carnage.
Yeah, so here.
Yeah, so we had this hope that maybe we're going to see the storyline intertwine
between
Sony and Marvel.
Yeah, but when I saw Doctor Strange's friend be a general, I thought that was going to be a multiverse thing too. I mean, but then again, the movie addressed it as like F the multiverse. But I don't know, man. And I want to reiterate, like, this should have, but I understand the studio's perspective. They got to sell toys, they got to reach a lot of audiences.
So Joe kind of shit a lot on the movie, so
I didn't shit on the movie.
He was being kind of hard.
Hey, don't put word in my mouth. I was critiquing it.
I thought it was a pretty good entertainment.
Okay.
And maybe it's because I had such low expectation of the Venom franchise, especially after There Will Be Carnage, because that also I personally thought it wasted great talent. I mean, just using off Woody Harrelson like that. That was pretty shitty.
I thought the story, look, but here's our disagreement, Winston. I actually think Carnage is a little better than this one, because the what I like about the Carnage is I think the writing was just better. And you know what I have a problem with? In Carnage, Eddie Brock is described as like a shitbag journalist. Like, and here he's suddenly not. Yeah. Like, I don't understand the.
And one thing to point out from that is that in this movie, Eddie Brock kills someone with his own hands.
Yeah.
And there's this moment where he feels that guilt, and then it actually really goes nowhere into the character development. And he's like, okay, that happened. And it's business as usual.
Yeah.
So I kind of liked the movie because I had very low expectation, and I knew that since the movie is called The Last Dance, that this was going to be like the end of the Venom franchise. So, you know, I knew that Venom was probably going to be killed off or disappear at the end of the movie, and it's also hinted in the trailer. And as the movie spent a lot of time with Eddie and Venom talking about like visiting New York and seeing Statue of Liberty, I just knew, like, yeah, they're trying to build up trying to get us emotionally invested in Venom. So if I hadn't thought that, I would have been bored. But because I knew that was the whole intention, I was kind of okay with it.
I hated the whole thing because we already saw that in Carnage. They love each. Okay, I get it. They love each other. Scott Walker, yeah, Tyrannosaurus. That would be cool having a Venom on a dinosaur.
Oh man, that's gonna be crazy. Venom T-Rex.
But Walker, I would not want to see the pain part. The squirrel was for Joe. Thank you, ZZ. But now I'm curious if Juno is gonna be the next. No, I thought Juno Temple. I actually enjoyed Juno Temple's Venom design. She should have been in there more. Well, hold on. So he's not a journalist anymore, and no, Zezzy, that's not what I'm talking about. Because in the first and second one, he's one of those like a parasite journalist. He's described as that, but there's a line here where he's kind of like a justice. I don't know the exact. I don't remember the exact wording. So I have a problem with that, and I think that problem comes from what you said about the anti-villain thing, Zezzy.
Yeah, I mean, what did they call themselves? Venom and
what?
Tom Hardy. Something Guardian. What was it?
In the first one, they said that.
No, even in
the second one,
movie, what did they call themselves?
With the female Venom character Scream, do you think she'll make an appearance in the future? I don't know though, Scott Walker. I wish they would take it seriously. I would like those characters to come back, Walker. But I think I'm not as familiar with the Venom lore, but I think a lot of iconic characters and symbiotes appeared in this movie, but got like mistreated really badly. What I said earlier about Venom Tyrannosaurus, yeah, that's a great idea, man. Like Venom on like cool stuff like that will be awesome, Walker. We can take that all the way to Venom on a Godzilla.
Yeah.
Yeah, like or I think the comic actually does is the Venom on a god. like really, I think I read a comic like that, because you can go all the way with Venom.
That would be crazy. But that's the kind of things, those are the kind of things that the audience are waiting for.
No, and Won-Jin, here's another problem. Like, I thought the Venom one were also gonna do that Transformer 2 stuff where they all combine or something.
Oh yeah.
You know, because
I was also thinking about the same thing in the last fight.
Yeah.
I was thinking maybe they should like merge, because in the first one, don't they kind of like half merge or something?
The boss one kind of kidnaps it.
Yeah, I forgot his name, but I thought they were capable of doing that, because they were small compared in size to that cockroach thing.
Yeah.
So I was hoping that they would do something like that, but that didn't happen. And what was I gonna say? I don't know until.
No, but it's okay. You don't have to say anything, Won-Jin, because no, but I want to say the Carnage one was better, because Carnage also had a cool concept where Carnage is the child of Venom, and here they didn't like. I mean, I still don't understand symbiotes, and here's the problem with this movie again, because the first one was about, they called it invasion, right? And then this one suddenly calls it like they're running away. So I think there was a lot of, what do you call that? Like rewriting whatever the fuck. Yeah. So and then the movie title being Last Dance, I also did not appreciate that. They should have called it like the Knull Saga or Symbiote Total War, because I think the Last Dance title was designed to like entice audiences.
Yeah,
like
and come on, Michael Jordan already used that phrase.
Yeah, exactly.
Let him have his moment.
No, I think this movie, the title Last Dance was given because they're like, you already watched 2, you gotta finish it.
Oh, I remember what I was gonna talk about. You mentioned Transformers 2, you know, like those Devastators.
Exactly.
They like combine.
Exactly.
And I also saw a lot of resemblance to Transformers 2, because we also have Fallen in Transformers 2, who's waiting for Optimus Prime to fall, and he's like, oh, the last Prime has fallen.
Another garbage movie.
Yeah, and I thought when I saw Knull, I kind of felt the same thing again.
Yeah.
I'm like, is this another like Fallen moment?
No, but this one actually, you know what? Because of Tom Hardy, this, I guess it's a little better in that aspect. Because I would say human characters here are more interesting than Transformer 2 because of Tom Hardy. And I'm asking, like, where did your women go? And I felt bad for the cop.
Yeah. What happened to Michelle Williams? Where did she go?
No, and Won-Jin, another crazy thing is, didn't that cop
what's his name, Mulligan?
Yeah, in the ending credit of Carnage, or I don't remember the exact moment, isn't like a Carnage spin-off like stuck on him or something?
I think so.
No, but here, like, that's gone.
There was like that weird green symbiote.
Yeah. No, I mean in the Carnage movie. So here it's like weird. They're retracing again.
But now, one thing, you know, all this doesn't really work as a disappointment to me, because I didn't really expect much in the first place. But I was entertained by that last fight with different symbiotes, and I really like how they did it, because what I liked about it was all these like different designs and colors, because they kind of symbolize what they also represent. And there were like ones that were using like brute force, and it was really interesting because what was that, the Christmas tree lady? Well, I forgot her name. You know how her symbiote was male, and she was female, and when they talk, you could hear both female and male voice.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, I thought that was cool.
And her color was Christmas tree.
Yeah,
that
was the like great detail. And I was also thinking to myself, why couldn't they put more detail into their writing if they were capable of?
Another thing they didn't explain is, why does Juno Temple's Venom has like thunder? Is it coming from Juno Temple?
And I also
like the symbolic elements in this one. There were plenty of them. Yeah, that was cool. I'm not saying that's not cool.
One thing I was also asking myself was, you know how the symbiotes, when they get those different researchers as their host, we get to see that like the big portion of the symbiote clinging onto them, but Juno Temple's symbiote was just like very, very small in terms of quantity. It was just in this little like lab. What are those called? Like test tubes? Is that enough to be like enough to make her fully transform?
Yo, Won-Jin, let's stop it there. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't have to. I mean, because Won-Jin, I could put that another argument. Like Venom carrying those 5 enemies. Like, why didn't they do that from the start?
Yeah,
then?
I was also asking the same thing. If he could do that with 5 of those big ass cockroaches, couldn't he have done it with 1?
No, one, just stop. You're putting too much thought into this. It's called fuck it. No, but I gotta say that acid scene was cool. Like the battle scene. Hey guys, I'm not saying the battle scene was cool, but remember, like for a battle scene to be like emotionally like resonate with us, there needs to be a certain build up. But I felt like they just packed in too many characters that we didn't really get to know, except Eddie Brock. And I don't know, and Juno Temple and a lot of actors were just wasted talent.
So Juno Temple, we get this flashback of her with her brother, and it almost feels like it's about to give her some dimension, but then the movie kind of gives up on it, and it really doesn't develop any further from there. So yes, we understand why like she's working in this field, but it doesn't really understand why she's so stubborn about continuing this project despite other people trying to stop her. So the movie really didn't like invest enough in these character building. Yeah. And another thing is, what was it? Like you said, it has too many characters, doesn't spend enough time like diving into them. And this is not necessarily a bad thing, but it sometimes surprisingly has these very like symbolic scenes. You know, like the end moment where Eddie Brock is covered with a door by Venom, and after all that shit, the door is blown off. Yeah. And what was that line that I mean the ancient story that they learned from that Van dude? What was it? There was that word. Yeah. Some gibberish. Some gateway opening or something, like when you're like nearing your moment of death. So yeah, that was surprisingly like very intricate, but then
intricate is not the word I would use.
Where's the balance here?
I thought it was on the nose. I totally disagree with you.
Where's the balance here? If you're like trying to meticulously put these things in the scene,
that was not meticulous. I disagree.
Why don't you spend more time investing in the characters?
No, it was not meticulous. They already showed Knull sending them through a gateway, and then they show a picture of that on the van. I don't call that meticulous. I call that on the nose.
Oh no, it's not that door though. I was talking about Eddie Brock's door.
Which one?
The end. You know, like when Venom covers him with the door to prevent him
from the acid hitting him. Right.
And he experiences that near-death experience, and the door's blown away after that. Okay. So if they're gonna put something like that there, then why not invest in
I'm sorry, you're putting more thoughts onto this than the writer. I'm sorry. I didn't get that at all. I mean, I'm not saying you were wrong. I'm just saying, like, just because there's symbolism in the movie doesn't mean it's good. Like, everything we have around has symbolism. And, like, the Juno Temple one grinds me a little because I hate it when they characterize by saying I have a dead kid, or I have a dead brother, or I have a dead, like, partner, husband, wife. I thought there were, like, 2 or 3 scenes missing about Juno Temple before she goes into like combining with the symbiote, and that would have been perfect because when they presented that thunder thing and her power, I thought it was cool, but it made me feel like the arrow lady from Rings of Power. Like, where are your extra scenes? I thought it was cool, but like I want to get into your feeling. So because you are actually showing us that we are invested in Eddie Brock. That's fine. But like, I just felt like the rest didn't like meet up with it.
They didn't get the investment they needed. And I mean, yes, there are these shortcomings, but in the end, I enjoyed watching it. Okay. Some people, like in the theater, I also noticed that some people were distracted. But I was able to like focus throughout the movie. It was good.
I would say
it wasn't like. It wasn't like like an 8 or 9 movie, but I can definitely say that this is at least like a 6.
Hell no.
For me.
Hell no, fuck you.
No, this is at least a 6.
I respect your opinion, but I respectfully disagree. Scott Walker. Yeah, no, Killer. I'm sure when they designed Venom, the creator like looked at a lot of different things, and that's part of it because like Walker, you mentioned a good point. This movie is carried by 2 things. One is the cool ass Venom design, and the actor called Tom Hardy, who can like because. I bet my bottom dollar that Tom Hardy could have brought more like menace and dark humor, comedy, just like in Deadpool, just like Ryan Reynolds would have. Because I felt like the movie like hindered him. Yeah, they should have gone full crazy with it. Like the problem I had with Carnage was they didn't let him go full crazy. And Woody Harrelson, he's so good at playing crazy. They should have let him go full crazy.
What was that like crazy killer movie that he played in the 90s with Robert Downey Jr.? Natural Born Killers. Yeah, that's right. Woody Harrelson's already very good at that. Yeah. They should have let him go all out, but like you said, I think it's the rating. It's the studio trying to stop them from going all crazy. Right. But what this movie needed was crazy. Because this is not Spider-Man, it's Venom.
Right. Yeah. I agree. Is Venom going to appear in the new Spider-Man movie all night? We don't know, Walker.
Oh, and Scott Walker, I think in the end credit, there was also a Venom orca.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like there are different animals being being used as a host for Venom, and I think one of them was orca. I was like, oh my god, Scott Walker's gonna love this.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna give this a 3, so that's a 4.5.
Oh man, that's so harsh.
Hey, I never gave a movie below 5 before. But I'm just doing that to put yours down.
3 is that's like garbage.
No, but this is not 5 for me, okay? Like, to me, okay, I may be affected because we're also judging the trilogy as a whole. If you're gonna call a movie Last Dance and it's a 3rd one in a trilogy and you market that, we have to look at the whole thing, I think. And then as a whole, I don't think this is a trilogy. All I saw was a cool-ass Venom movie and then extra. It's
yeah, that's true.
It felt like DLCs.
It's not really consistent.
It's not.
And there's no coherency among these trilogies.
Yo, Won-Jin, you know what this is? It's not Diablo 1, 2, 3. It's Diablo 1 expansion pack. And then what? And then I'm a big fan of Tom Hardy. They wasted him, and I also love his chemistry with his partner actor in the Before movie, the woman who turned
Michelle Williams.
Yeah, that was also wasted, and that's why this is a 4.5. I'm sorry, Won-Jin, I respectfully disagree. So it's gonna be 4.5. Joji movie so awesome,
man.
Scott Walker, internet in my question probably, why would you use a killer whale design for the character? No, because it's cool, Walker. Because just like you're a fan of Orca. Okay, you know what, Won-Jin? I changed my mind. I'll give it a 4. Okay. 4? Yeah, we'll give it a 5 then.
No, I was trying to think of all these like really, really shitty movies we've seen in the past few years.
Yeah.
And I still think this is better than those.
Really?
Yeah.
No, let's talk about this in the Let's Talk then.
But anyway, so Jojin movie so awesome gives us what?
A 5.
5? Yeah. Okay, 5 is okay.
Yeah. If you are as forgivable as Won-Jin,
I would give it a 6.
Yeah.
I would give it a 6. It's a good movie.
Okay, 6 is good. That's still a failure.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
What's up?
Some of the favorite scenes. Mine would be like Venom boasting about his like interstellar knowledge of millennia and walking into the casino and burning through those $20 in like 1 minute. Yeah, that was pretty funny.
If they used more liberally the F word and other jokes, it would have been funnier. And I felt like I would have loved this if Venom and Hardy actually kills an innocent person. And then they go crazy over it, and then they forget about it. Like that's like the whole point of the movie. Like Deadpool. Remember when they killed Pretty Pool and then threw him off? Like that was the kind of like toilet like guttural humor I was looking for.
Being a piece of shit.
Yeah,
and there's also a twist. Like we thought he was doing the same thing to Chris Evans, but it turns out Chris Evans was actually saying all those things. I mean, that's the kind of humor they could have like built on.
Yeah, because if Tom Hardy ever gets the chance to play that kind of character, I think he's going to be really good at it. Yeah, I like those funny moments a lot. Yeah, they could be endearing, but we also got to see the movie as a whole.
And The Last Dance, I think they need to change the subtitle for this, because I think the only last dance moment in this movie was like the one with Mrs. Chen dancing to ABBA. That was the last dance.
Okay. Yeah. No, but like I wish like he would have killed those cops, and then Miss Chen is all cool about it. That would have been like cooler. I used to work for the Triad or something like that.
Because we have, what's her name, the blind Al in Deadpool.
No, so here's I would describe it this way. Oh my God, we got to stop talking about this trash. Like every scene, it felt like cheese pizza. But I could imagine them adding so much ingredients onto it to make it better.
Yeah.
And and listen, part of it is maybe my disappointment, because Won-Jin had to tell me that it was better than Carnage. So I had a higher expectation maybe.
I don't know. And I just get this feeling that maybe this entire franchise was really like charged by someone who wasn't really a true fan of Venom.
But that happens all the time.
Yeah, that's the feeling I get.
Yeah. For me, only the first movie was great. Anyway, guys, let's stop this stuff. If we're going to talk about it, let's talk more and less talk, because I think Walker is waiting. Yo, so Joji movie So Awesome gives us a 5. We're going to take a short break.
And we'll come back to talk about the episode 5 of The Penguin. We'll be right back.
This has been Joji movie So Awesome. I'm Joe.
I'm Won-Jin.
We'll see you in the guys. Bye.
Venom Squirrel.
Venom Squirrel. Venom Squirrel. It gave Matrix Overlord Won-Jin new ideas about his world. There's going to be an army of Venom Squirrels running about. Woo!